back with another video today. Gonna be doing a bit of a day in the life. I'm in the new condo here in Houston, Texas. I'll give you guys a quick tour of the condo. Currently I don't have my phone, it's locked in a box, but it's currently Saturday, May 23rd, 8:40 a.m. I got up not too long ago, just took a shower, put a shirt on, but yeah, let me give you guys a quick tour of the new condo here. Currently, I'm in my room. There is downtown Houston over there, so pretty nice view. And then over here, I don't have much, just a couple books, and then sleep mask, some keys, air filter, mouth tape. I've got a fan here and a dehumidifier here. The room's kind of a mess right now because I was actually looking for the charger to the camera batteries, so that's why it's a bit of a mess. But yeah, just simple bed set up here. And then there's the bed with the view. And again, the bathroom's an absolute mess right now just because I haven't cleaned up recently. I'm gonna have the cleaner store coming, but I figured it'd be more real to show it like this instead of cleaning it before the video. But yeah, I got a weight scale, height scale, put all the camera equipment right here with a cologne, and then some boxing gloves, a blanket, and just shoes and clothes. And then yeah, here's the box that my phones get locked in overnight. Looks like it just opened up, but still lock them in here whenever I want to stay off my phones. And a key thing to note, so I was actually looking at this yesterday, that's why it's already pulled up. Let me go back here so it loads. Alright, so you can see my screen time was about 5 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours. And then since I've been logged in this box, it went all the way down to 1 hour and 20 minutes. Currently, I don't allow myself to use my phone until I go to the gym during the day because I don't want to get distracted. I try to knock out my deep work in the morning, the most important task, and I'll get to that with you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much the room setup here. I'm going to be doing a full condo tour of the entire thing, like show the building and everything like that in a video coming soon. But yeah, it's a pretty nice spot out here in Houston. We're making the most of it. So now I'm going to take my backpack down to the 9th floor, kind of give you guys a quick tour of the amenities, show you where I get some work done in the morning because I try to get out of my room, out of the house. This is where I do all the sleeping, and I'll probably do a video on sleeping as well because that's pretty important. But yeah, gonna go get some work done and I'll record there. I forgot to say, I'll usually go and get sun, like get the sun in my eyes, take my shirt off, get some sun, reset my circadian rhythm clock. Unfortunately in Houston, there's not sun out every single day. It's cool living up high in a condo and everything like that, but it was pretty nice, like living on the beach, being able to do some grounding in the morning, get my feet in the sand, do some sprint work, you know, walking up and down the beach, getting some sun, getting in the ocean, stuff like that. But I still get some sun here in Houston. It just matters what day it is, what time it is, stuff like that. But I'll try to do it in the morning. If there is sun out, I'll either go to this balcony here or I'll go down to the 9th floor, which they have like a huge balcony, and I'll show you guys. And then I'll usually walk around, get some sun, get some work done there. But yeah, this is the condo here. We're still decorating everything, and I'll do like a full tour, but got some bar stools, some bananas. Unfortunately, this plant is about to die, but we'll get a new one. And then all the food is meal prepped. The week's almost over. Unpasteurized orange juice, coconut water. But we'll get some more food. And then all these appliances are pretty nice. They're like top notch. Never had those before. And then just have a couch. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. Quick tour of the condo. What happens when I wake up and everything like that. I usually make my bed as well. It's already made over there. And then I'll pack a bag, get out of my room, get into a different environment, so then I can start to do that deep work. All right, I just made it down to the amenities floor. This is where I usually go to get some work done in the morning, get out of my bedroom because it's cool. Sometimes I'll get some work done in the condo, but I do like to get out of the house in the morning. Got like some bar stools, some artwork over there, some booths, some tables. And then I usually just do some work right here at this table. And then again, got the view of downtown Houston right there, so it's pretty nice. And this is what I was talking about, like there's a little like outdoor area here. So whenever the sun comes out, then I'll usually go out here and get some sun. Unfortunately, it's turf, so it's not the best for you. So I usually don't like take my shoes off or anything like that. But that's That's pretty much all that. And then there's me. But yeah, nothing too glamorous going on right now. It is a very nice building, but I mean, the work is nothing glamorous. It's nothing special. It's pretty much just waking up, sleeping well, doing whatever I need to do, get out of the house in the morning, get ready, and then I'll get some deep work done here for a little bit, and then I'll eat a meal, hit the gym, and we'll get to that point. And the main reason I even want to make this video, it's not like it makes me a ton of money or provides a lot to my life or anything like that. If anything, it makes me less productive because then I have to carry a camera around and talk about the whole thing. But it is cool because there was a lot of people like Iman on YouTube and different people that like recorded themselves in the beginning and the work it took to get there. Because most billionaires or people that make a lot of money, you know, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, they never recorded the beginning. They always write a biography or autobiography at the end of their life. But this is one of the first times in history where there's actually young people recording their life and documenting it, so people can see like the journey and where they came from and where they started. Because it's cool like reading a biography and autobiographies. Like I read a ton of them, like I listen to a ton of them, I study a lot of them, and it's good to hear the story and stuff, but you're only hearing it from one perspective at that point, whereas that they're telling it from the perspective from the end of their life of what they felt like it was or what they remember it as, but not the actuality of it. And this is the actual life. Like this is my actual life. There's no faking this. Like I take notes. Maybe I'll write an autobiography one day and document the whole thing. But like people will still be able to see like what it was like in the beginning, what it was like on the come up and things like that. Because what you do and the actions you take in the beginning to become successful are not the same actions that you take once you are successful. Because your daily routine and what you're doing and stuff, it takes so much energy and so much focus and so much consistency to kind of break out of that and get that momentum and, you know, get into the right opportunity at the right time. And like timing and luck is a lot of it as well. But once you do break out and you do have money and you're doing well and things like that, you're not the same person anymore. I heard a quote the other day. It's that once you make money, you're not building your character. You're not building yourself up as a person as much anymore. And although I do believe that you can still build yourself up once you make money, it is a big difference. Like once you have the money, like if you're driving a supercar around like a Ferrari and you're living in a mansion, you're flying on private jets and all these different things, like money doesn't matter to you anymore, and you're not doing the same things as when you didn't have money. Because when you didn't have money, it was you were traveling but you don't have money, so you're not taking a private jet. It was you're driving a car but you don't have money, so you're not in a Ferrari, and it doesn't have that same allure to people and that same attention and frequency. So life's very different when you don't have the money, and that's why I'm really focused on building myself up as a person and being consistent and things like that. And that's why I want to document it for other people out there, because I know how much it helped me. But yeah, I'm going to get to work now, get some deep work done. I usually plan out my tasks the night before of the main things I need to do, so gonna knock that out. All right, I just finished up doing some deep work in the morning on the 9th floor. Again, that's when I try to get the most important tasks done for the day. I usually plan those out the night before and knock those out first. Right now, we're hiring a sales team for the coaching company that we're running in the private equity niche, and so I was basically just building out some forms, contacting some of the recruiters we're working with, also speaking with the sales director we just brought on. So just trying to find the best talent possible for the sales team, you know, interview those people, onboard those people, and then get them ramped up so that we can scale this current offer. It's currently 11:09 a.m. So I usually wake up at about 7, 8, 9 a.m. whenever my body wakes up in the morning, and then I'll usually start eating around anywhere from 10:30 to 1 p.m., just depending on how much work I have to get done in the morning, how much deep work, and then I'll fast in the morning, so I won't eat any food at all, just drink water, and then this will be the first meal of the day right before I go to the gym. So that's what I'm doing right now. Got some high quality olive oil, some real salt, some good sauce, some coconut water, and then I need to take this food out of the oven, but got some pasta and beef. I'll just heat up the food in that oven right there, and then I'll put some olive oil on it, some sauce, some salt, and then I'll usually do coconut water, unpasteurized fresh squeezed orange juice, and then raw milk as a rotation for what I'm drinking, and then obviously also just water. Coconut water I found is a great alternative to like getting natural electrolytes as opposed to like Gatorade or Prime or a lot of those other bigger brands that really aren't as good for you. They aren't as natural. And then yeah, I'll knock out this meal here, doing about probably 25 to 3,200 calories a day, trying to hit at least 150 to 200 grams of protein because I'm always constantly bulking. I'm pretty skinny, so always trying to eat a lot of food. And then also that food is beneficial to hitting the workouts hard and feeling better throughout the day, having more energy so I can perform well when I'm doing the work, because I believe business is a sport and you're like an athlete. So obviously if you want to perform like a high level athlete, you have to train like one. And that comes from, the sleeping, the diet, the workouts, and then obviously the work itself. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then it's currently Saturday, so I usually try to get all the groceries and go to the farm and get everything meal prepped on Sunday. I usually will do some of it myself or work with a chef. So that'll be tomorrow. I haven't been able to make it out to the farm while I've been in Houston yet, but that's where I'm going to get the raw milk and a lot of other high quality food. And yeah, that's pretty much the routine. So I'm going to eat this food and then head to the gym. So I'm walking over to Target right now because I need to grab some water. I have some coconut water that I got from the grocery store, but I need some more water bottles. What I found with like the reverse osmosis filter and like having like a water bottle that I have to clean, I don't stay that much on top of it, and then it usually gets like mold in it and it's just like annoying. So I usually just do like glass bottle waters and then keep them separated. And I try to stay within my routine during the week. I don't like to go to the grocery store or cook or clean or do any of those things that I don't absolutely have to do. I try to use my time on the highest leverage tasks I can, especially right now. But sometimes like I do have to go to the grocery store during the week or clean a little bit or things like that. And that's just part of life. But yeah, I try to get an hourly rate for my time. And then if something's less than that hourly rate, then I look to outsource it. And if something's more than that hourly rate, then I'll do it myself. And then the goal is to obviously keep increasing that hourly rate until you're making a ton of money per hour and your time's super valuable. But yeah, just going to Target real quick. I'm gonna grab some water and then hit the gym. So just got back from Target. Cool thing about Target is it is walking distance from the house. See, Target's right there. That's where I walk to. I try not to waste time during the day, but it is good to get some steps in some of the time. And also, they did not have Mountain Valley water or any other glass bottle water, so I end up just getting Fiji water right now, which I wouldn't usually do, but it's better to have some water than no water. And that's a big thing I want everyone to realize, is that it's not going to be perfect all the time. Like, there are some times when I don't get done what I want to get done today. I don't get the exact thing from the store that I want to get from the store. I don't move as quickly on a project that I want to. I don't perform as well in something as I want to perform, but that's just how life goes. And it's about mitigating the downside and doing the best that you can every single day, no matter the situation, and just getting 1% better every single day. Because another thing is, like, I'm not perfect. I don't come from a ton of money and, a very wealthy family that just taught me everything from the start. My family, they weren't poor, but they didn't have like a ton of money. They weren't super wealthy, moving around on private jets and yachts and things like that. I don't have a $40 million trust fund. So a lot of this I had to work for and get from the ground up myself. And I'm not making these videos for people that did grow up with a ton of money, that live in like a New York City or Dubai or Los Angeles, or people that want an average life, people that just either went to college or didn't go to school, and they're just like trying to have an average life with a nice family and make an average income and do everything average. Like, that's cool and that's great for them, but that's not who I'm making these videos for. I'm making the videos for people like myself that didn't come from a lot, that want a better life for themselves, that don't want to be average, and to show you guys that what a realistic day in the life looks like, what it actually takes to make it at a high level. Because I want people to come and look back on these videos and see like, wow, this is what it was in the beginning for him. And now he's made, 10, 50, $100 million or $1 billion and done all these cool things in the world and really made a life for himself that's extraordinary and not many people do. And this is where he started at, and this is what it looks like. And he's not any different than me. Like, I can absolutely go out and do these things. So if you have that drive in you and you want a better life for yourself and you want to do something extraordinary, like, I'm trying to document what it looks like for me and give back because of the videos that I watched when I was younger. So hopefully people can see that and they can relate to it and they can go out and take action and get those extra 1%ers, that little bit of knowledge that they didn't know that they needed to succeed at a high level. Like the diet I'm eating, the routine, how I spend my time, the mindset, what that day actually looks like in the beginning, making it to those high levels, building those businesses at a young age too, because I'm not super young still. Like, I'm not 16 or 17 like I once was. Like, I do have videos from then that I was just kind of trying to figure life out, but I'm starting to kind of get my footing now. I just turned 23 years old, and I'm trying to do everything that I can to set myself up for after I'm 30, that I built myself to a high level mentally, physically, spiritually, in business, like the actions, like setting myself up for a great life after 30 years old, because I believe the first 30 years of your life, you're setting yourself up for the next, like the back half of the 30 years of your life. And now with humans and longevity, we are living a bit longer, so those numbers don't actually correlate specifically, but it's also about relative, like how much time do you have, like actually, and how much time do you have relative to your mind, because time starts moving quicker as you get older and as you stay in the same routine, because your brain and your subconscious starts to skip over those little things that when you were younger used to be different. Like, I'm sure in the car or on a plane ride when you were super young, it felt like an eternity, a lifetime, because everything's new to your brain. It's taking it all in. Nowadays, if I go on a 2 or 3 hour car drive, it's not that bad. And now I realize when I was younger why it was so grueling and why older people, it didn't really make a difference to them, because they're older and their subconscious is just skipping over it. But that's how life goes. And as you get older, your mind will start to skip over these little things. And unless you're super conscious of it and you're taking that necessary action every single day and pushing yourself, life's just going to pass you by. So just a little bit of knowledge there. Again, heading to the gym right now. I'll record that. This will be my 4th workout of the week, getting back in the swing of things, starting to train some MMA, some fighting, and actually do some weightlifting as well. So got to get the body right, exhausted to calm the mind. So let's head to the gym. Alright, I got the workout knocked out. It's absolutely packed in here today. On Saturdays, so many people come to the gym in Texas. I don't know what goes on over here. But yeah, did shoulders, forearms, abs, and then I usually do hips, but the hips machines are taken and I don't really have time to wait. So, yeah, my body is absolutely cooked after working out this week. I've been hitting it pretty hard. This is my first full week back, hitting like all 4 lifting days pretty hard. And so, gonna take the rest of today and Sunday to recover quite a bit. Yeah, I have a couple more calls throughout the day. And so I'm gonna go take those and head home, get some work done. And then it's Saturday night, and then Sunday's getting ready for the next part of the week. But yeah, workout's done here. So I just got out of the gym, and another important thing I wanted to touch on is focus, because I didn't really talk about this earlier in the video. There's a reason I structure my day the way I do, and I didn't realize this before until my business partner kind of called this out before, but how important focus is during the day, most people don't really realize it, because your focus and your capacity to think and think deeply and do all these things dwindles throughout the day. And I also read the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller, that my business partner also recommended, but essentially all it talks about is just do the most important, most needle-moving tasks first thing in the day, because that's when you have the most bandwidth to focus. Now, the reason I don't talk to anyone in the morning, I don't take any calls, I don't get on my phone or anything like that, is because I try to stay as focused as possible, because as soon as I get on social media, as soon as I get distracted, as soon as I start talking to people, I can get distracted pretty easily, to say it simply. And that's why I try to keep my focus. and knock out everything important in the front half of the day. So focus on the deep work, focus on eating, focus on hitting the gym, and focus on getting a great workout in, focus on getting that next meal in, and then focus on like learning, listening to at least one podcast. And so now I've already hit the gym, I've gotten great sleep, I've gotten high quality food in my body, I've gotten the most important work done during the first half of the day. In the next whole half of the day, I can essentially do whatever I want, whatever I need to do, whether that's take calls, whether that's talk to team members, whether that's do some more studying, whatever that is. That's like where I get the bulk of the work done, but my focus isn't as deep. And I didn't realize how important focus was for the longest time, and I started studying some of the most successful people in the world, and they talk about focus as well. It's still like, what degree do you focus in what you're doing? How present are you in that task? And obviously talking to the camera and doing this vlog throughout today, it's got my focus a little off track, but I think it's important for people to know, and it's good to document this stuff, so it's worth it. But yeah, most of the days I'm not talking to anyone, I'm not saying a word in the morning, and I'm just absolutely focused, just like laser focused on what I need to get done. So now I'm gonna head home, but I just wanted to give that piece in there. All right, I just got off a couple meetings. It's currently, let me see here, 4:36 p.m. in the day. So yeah, I got back home from the gym at like 1 or 2. I'm eating the second meal for the day here, some pasta and meat with some fresh squeezed orange juice. Not too much going on today. It was really pouring down rain. The elevator broke in our building, so there's been a bunch of stuff going out. Just been taking meetings, taking calls the rest of the day, communicating with the team. Got to hop on a couple more calls. And I also cleaned out like a decent amount of the food that was in this fridge for the meal preps, because getting ready for the next week. So as you can see, there's like 4 or 5 more containers that I cleaned out, and then just try to keep it pretty tight in the fridge so there's room for food the next week. But yeah, that's more or less a regular Saturday over here. Run the businesses, might go out tonight, meet some people, have some friends going out and stuff like that. But just gonna finish up eating this food, gonna do some ice cream as well. And I think these like daily videos kind of documenting stuff like that, it's nothing crazy. It's honestly like pretty realistic, pretty simple. But the biggest thing is I feel like there's some great wisdom I can share along the way to kind of show and document the journey in the beginning. And that's the most important thing at the end of the day. So I'm just going to keep making these videos. Hopefully it helps some people out there. And again, it's nothing crazy right now. We'll do some crazy vlogs in the future with crazy edits and videographers and spend a bunch of money and stuff like that. But right now we're just growing the businesses. I'm trying to build myself up into the best person I can be to, succeed well in business, because I treat it like a sport, and then help hopefully a lot of people along the way through that. And my goal is to get back to Miami, Los Angeles, honestly, probably Miami first, as soon as possible, because those cities are so competitive. All the top people kind of around the country, around the world, end up in that city. And I know a lot of people don't like it. Oh, it's fast paced, it's expensive, stuff like that. Honestly, I would say you have to be doing at least $50K a month profit to really live well in Miami, just because it is so expensive. It's probably like 5 times more expensive than just a regular city like Houston, the US. But it's a lot of fun to me, that energy to be around, and people like trying to make it and trying to like find the next opportunity and really work hard at it. That ambition and that energy, I really enjoy being around. So trying to get back there as soon as possible, and then making the most of Houston while we're here as well. John can say hi. John's just been on some meetings. He was hiding earlier, but
it's going on
as you can see, he's just on some meetings with the sales team.
Wouldn't tell me what the vlog's about. He's had his camera. I've been busy all day working. I was downstairs. I went to the office this morning. I was like, "Oh, are you filming?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, what are you filming?" He's not telling me, so I guess I'll see what's going on when he posts the video.
Yeah, there's not too much going on. Obviously, this will be at the end of the video, but like I said, I don't really talk to too many people in the morning or take calls or anything like that. I try to keep the focus as much as possible, but John and I will see each other throughout the day. But it is crazy. We live together, but we really don't see each other that much, because he's either somewhere or I'm somewhere, so we're kind of just doing our thing. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.